Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the starting 11 show, Everton versus Bournemouth, the last one of the season. So let's get into it. In goal, Jordan Pickford. But at some point in this game, bring Martin Stekelenburg on. Come on, it's the last game of the season. We've got 5 subs. We have 2 goalies on there every week. Let's bring Martin Stekelenburg on at some time. I don't want him to start the game, don't get me wrong. But bring him on for like the last 5 minutes or something. It'd be, fair play to the fella. He's been our number 2 for what, about 5 years now. We'll always have that Man City game. We'll always have the penalty. That him saving those penalties against Man City is just like, until like the latter part of this season, had completely eroded Man City's. Kevin De Bruyne was a shattered man because of Martin Stekelenburg. Got to always remember that. He wouldn't take a pen till only recently he took a penalty. So bring Stekelenburg on at some time. Right, I'm just going to play like a 4-4-2, even though the other night it was sound, but I'm just going to go back to a 4-4-2. At right back, Gerald Sidibe, which would be his last start for Everton, I imagine. I think he'll go back to Monaco unless, for whatever reason, Everton decide to bring him back on another year's loan, which I don't know where that'll happen, because obviously with John Joe Kenny coming back, but it is potentially his last game. And you know what? He's been all right. He's been a decent signing. Not being brilliant, but not being utterly terrible. And that's the way he's been. In some games he's been, maybe 1 or 2 he's been brilliant. But he's been steady, and in other games he's been absolutely atrocious. But I'm going to start him for this game, just because it's his last game. On the other side, I'm going with Leighton Baines. This could be Leighton Baines' last ever game for Everton. I really hope it isn't, because I hate the idea of it being at an empty Goodison Park for Leighton Baines' last game. He deserves more than that. He really does. He deserves more than that. So I'm starting for this game. I'm not asked. I'm just starting him because he's Leighton Baines, for God's sake. What a servant. If this is his last game, though, like if he decides not to sign a new contract, Everton should sign him on a week's contract or something. Should sign him on a week's contract, right? Or whenever fans are allowed back on the ground, they should sign him that week, for just that week, and then bring him onto the pitch as, like, if the 5 subs are still being, which they probably will, and just bring him on in like the last 10 minutes of that game or something. They do it in America. They generally do. They sign players up for like a day, so they can come back to their club. So they're always. So I'd just be sad anyway if like this is Leighton Baines' last game, regardless whether he starts or whether he comes off the bench. It'd be really sad, because it's an empty ground. He deserves more than that. So I'm starting him. Last game of the season, who's asked? Get him in there. Get Leighton Baines in there. Centre backs, Michael Keane, Jared Branthwaite. Both had really good games the other night, and both deserve to start, even though there's nobody else. But if there was anyone else, I'd still start them, because they've been great. Keane's been probably one of the most improved players in the Premier League since the lockdown began. And obviously Jared Branthwaite's been doing really, really well in the three performances he's had so far. So on the right of midfield, I've gone for Theo Walcott. I think he gives us something a little bit different. And obviously in his last 2 games, he's scored the goal and really should have had an assist as well. But Dominic Calvert-Lewin hit the post with it. So I've started him. On the other side, I'm going for Anthony Gordon. Again, it'd be like him and Leighton Baines playing together. That there's something special there for me. So I've gone for Anthony Gordon to start the game, because I just think he's the best we've got on the left, or he should just be playing anyway, because he's a young lad and there's nothing on it, and I want to see him play again. So I'm going for Anthony Gordon. In the centre park, I've gone for Tom Davies, and I've gone for Andre Gomez. Andre Gomez was great the other night. Tom wasn't as great, but I still think you need someone in there who's going to attempt to do the dirty work. It could have been the 3 of them. It could have been Davis, Gomez and Sigurdsson. But again, and it might be, the manager might just think, last game of the season, keep playing, do what we did on Monday night to win the game. It might be. I've just gone for Tom Davies and Andre Gomez. Gomez was great the other night. Now, with this formation, what you could do is it could turn into a 3 at the back with like Sidibe, Keane and Branthwaite, and Baines could push up and Gordon could go central and at times as well. And you could still do that, I suppose, if Sigurdsson was playing off the left. So, but I'm not going for that. And up front, I'm going with Richarlison, obviously, because he's our best player. And I want him to play for Everton forever because he's brilliant. And I'm gonna let my heart rule my. It's not even my heart, is it? I'm not even that. I've put Moise Keane in. It's the last game of the season. Kid's back from injury. I think he would have started against Sheffield United. Dom's not been on a great run scoring wise, but I'm not. That's not even the reason why I'd leave him out. And there is no reason to leave him out, to be honest, as far as I'm concerned. It's the last game of the season. Just play Moise Keane. Let's see if he can get a goal. Why not? It's the last game of the season. Managers, said he's going to be here next season. So let's give him a start and see what happens. So there you go. That's my starting 11. It's not, there's more obviously emotion tied to this starting 11 than actual thinking about winning the game. But that should be good enough to beat Bournemouth. That should be easily good enough to beat Bournemouth. So that's what I'm going for. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, what you do. Would you stick with the 5 in midfield with Richie coming off the left, or would you go with a 4-4-2? I think a lot of people probably would stay with 3 in midfield. I just think with us playing at home and them being crap, let's just throw everything at them. Why not? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Would you start Leighton Baines? Would you bring Martin Stekelenburg on? Let me know. Give this video a like. Don't forget to subscribe if you want more videos. Join us on Patreon, where we'll be doing a live final word on Monday. Where you can join in. You can get in touch with us. You can get in the comments and have your views on this game. Also live at 5. We'll do that as well. There you go. Thanks for watching. See you later.